stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. There we are. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Go Broncos. Go Broncos. Playing the Raiders. So yeah, this will be a game where I will not be like, oh, those Raiders are good or anything like that. Well, they will not get a compliment out of me at all. Ruck the faders. Ruck the faders. That dong usually means somebody joined. Oh, no, that's a different dong. Never mind. That means somebody posted to my, or they commented or something. Yeah. Yeah. So I decided, you know, I still do these. I can't help it. It's part of my waking up. But on Sundays, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. I'm just going to do the daily reflection. I'm not even going to try and decide what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the daily reflections. Keep it nice and easy for me. One more share. One more share. Can I get one more share? One more share. Because I can't wait forever. Good days, man. Good days. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. I didn't wake up with brain zaps. That was kind of nice. I think the switch has already started to take its effect. Yeah, 7 hours of sleep. So, yay. Yay. Jesus. My grandson lives here, but I mean, 30 seconds of pure screaming is something Dad is not going to go for. So, Jesus, go the fuck outside. I got a huge backyard. Huge. And I can't hear you. I don't like slamming doors, yelling, and screaming. It sets off my PTSD. That's why. See, you saw me get angry. Because it pissed me off. Yes. And I muted and I yelled, can we stop the screaming, please? Because I'm loud. Right now I'm using my inside voice. I had to learn. My question is, why can't little boys be born with deeper voices so that the screaming doesn't sound like a screeching little fucking banshee? That's my question. And that's not on him. That's every little boy, including me. Speaking of which, I'm going to probably go live a little bit later about something else, maybe. Probably not. I'll probably do it tomorrow. You're probably not going to appreciate what I have to say. That's all right. Because, you know, I'll just kind of bring it up. It all started with putting girls into Boy Scouts, and now we think everything's just, you know. It's like, you know, this is what I see. I'll just give a quick example. And I think it's neat that women are supporting women, but women are only supporting women. And then it feels like men are like, you know, I don't know. And I'm trying to figure it out. So don't take it anyway. But, you know, and I love the support. I think it's awesome. but we're leaving out a whole side, and it doesn't feel right when it's directed towards. It just feels weird to me, I guess. But let's get back to topic and shit. I said I wasn't going to do anything. Amber, you missed the deadline for your picture, but if you send it to me, I'll redo the video. So, see, I redid the video. Look. Yeah, I redid it. So, but you send me your picture and I'll redo it. If you want to be on it. So we're going to be in step 4 today. Now I'm only going to be going live once today. I'm trying to pick a day off from recovery. I need to be doing some other things too. Today I'm going to work on the house, and my wife and I are we're going to spend time together and work on the house. Yeah, I need balance in my life. So on Sundays, I'm just gonna go live once. I'm gonna do the daily reflection no matter what it is, and keep it nice and easy, because I don't even need my brain to do that. I just don't. And that's kind of the key. I don't really want to use my brain today. All right. So here, and hi Amber, if I didn't say hi. It says here, and fear says, you dare not look. So that's all I got there. We'll go to here. Now, and I'm going to start on page 48. I always go back. I'm going to start on top of page 48. Of course, the depressive and the power-driven driver are personality extremes. Actually, I'm going to go down a little bit because that's just going to confuse people. Now, let's ponder the need for a list of more glaring personality defects all of us have in varying degrees. To those having religious training, such a list would set forth a serious violation of moral principles. Some others will think of this as a list of defects of character. Still others will call it an index of maladjustments. Some will become quite annoyed if there's talk about immorality, let alone sin. Yeah, because you don't want to admit it. This is all fear. It's all fear. We know this though, right? Just by listening to it. See how much you know now? Is it kind of weird, huh? That you hear things and now you think about them differently. You do. Fan's making it a little too cold. It's working really well right now because I fixed it last night. I had that fan for 10 years. Actually, no, not that long, probably 7. And I got it used. No point replacing shit if something works. Just because it doesn't match or something. Okay. Anyway. But all who are at least reasonable will agree upon one point, that there is plenty wrong with us alcoholics, about which plenty will have to be done if we are expect sobriety, progress, any real ability to cope with life. Watch. Just watch sometimes. Somebody will get in a situation and their reaction will determine. Go take a drive with them. Not just a regular drive. Take like an 8-hour drive with them. You'll know. You will know whether that person's hiding bullshit or not. Just by the way they drive. Can't help it. Driving's reactionary. You can't help it. I'm the same way. There are times so it cuts me off and I'm like, ugh, and then I'm like, oh, maybe they need to get somewhere. It's got to be that quick for me. It does. I'm not saying those thoughts don't come along. They do. They do. The question is, well, what are we going to do about it? That's the question. It isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? Why? Because I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. The question is, are you going to do something about it? I would hope so. To avoid falling into confusion over the names of these defects should be called, let's take a universally recognized of major human failings, the 7 deadly sins of pride, greed, lust, anger, gluttony, envy, and sloth. It is not by accident that pride heads the procession. Pride frustrates the ego. Pride frustrates the ego. That's the problem. Okay? What is pride? It's fear. It's fear. It's fear. For me. All right. For pride, leading to self-justification and always spurred by the conscious or unconscious fears, is the basic breeder of most human difficulties, the chief block of true progress. Yeah, it's my pride. Ego. That's what we call it. Me. I'm blocking me. Right? Watching this show is called Vox Machina. Right? It's hilarious. Fucking love it. It's a cartoon, Dungeons and Dragons, and it's hilarious. Right? I have it laugh like I think it's because I'm partially off my meds. I mean, I'm laughing. Right? And there's a cleric in the group, and she loses her powers because she thought that somebody put a hex on her. A vampire put a hex on her and blocked her from what we would call the sunlight of the spirit. So she finally gets contact with the sunlight of the spirit, and the sunlight of the spirit is like, they didn't do anything. Nope, it's not them. Nope, it's not. And you will not get it back until you tell me the truth, is what they kept saying. Till she finally realized she was the one blocking herself. And once she figured that out, she went from being like a 5th level cleric to a 20th level cleric. Like that. See? And it's the same concept. I'm watching a cartoon, and I'm watching the same concept of something that I go through. God's in everything. God is everywhere, man. Pride lures us into making demands upon ourselves or upon others which cannot be met without perverting. Whoa. And perverting, that's not a sexual word. That's a pervert. And even then, that's slang. To perverting, it means taking something and misusing it, or misusing our God-given instincts. So when an alcoholic gets sober, if they don't want to go for God, they're going to clamor for one of two things: sex or money. Because you got to fill that fucking hole in your stomach. And if you're faking it, and now I'm not talking about a fake it till you make it, that is different, because you're actually willing. You're doing something when you fake it till you make it. But when you're two-stepping it, it's something entirely different. Okay? Actions is the only thing that matters. I give a fuck less what you say. I don't. Unless it is followed by action. Now, if I see that your actions follow what you say, then after a while, I'm not going to look for it anymore, because what replaces that? Trust. And Amber, you're a good example. I trust what Amber has to say. She's done the fucking work. Even if it opposes my own thought process, it doesn't matter. She did the work. I gotta listen. When the satisfactions of our instincts for sex, told you, security, told you, and society becomes the sole object of our lives, then pride steps in to justify our excesses. You got more junk in your fucking house than you need. I guarantee it. I hate it. I hate junk lying around. It drives me crazy. It does. It drives me nuts. I like everything in its order. Okay. All right. The one thing, if I can't find my nail clippers, I will go off. Okay. You move my wife's scissors, there's going to be trouble in the house. We like our, don't fuck with the scissors. Put them back where you found them. All right. But we alcoholics are like, well, the scissors would be better over here because I'm making that decision. And life will be better for you. See? Pride frustrating the ego. Because really what it comes down to is, I want the scissors there, but they're not my scissors. I don't get to make this decision. Kind of a weird example, but it still works. So what happens? This is what happens. All these failings generate fear. Um, when it's because nothing's happening. There's no real action here. It's just, I mean, well, let's get a little bit more into it. I'll explain it better than I can. That's for sure. All these failings generate fear, a soul sickness in its own right. Then fear, oh, it ain't done yet. Oh, fear ain't done with you yet. Then fear in turn generates more character defects. There it is. So what is my basic character defect? It's not anger. That's my number one character defect that I deal with. But before anger happens, you know what happens before then? Fear. I'll give you a good example again. It is very, very hard to scare me. I've done that on purpose. I'll tell you why. Because if you scare me, I get mad immediately and I want to punch you. Fear of feeling stupid. It isn't that you scared me, it's that you fooled me and made me feel stupid. And that brings me back to being picked on when I was a kid. But really, you're just having some fun, right? Yeah. But my brain doesn't take it that way. It doesn't. So it's very hard to scare me. Okay. I know because it's not very often that I don't know. If somebody's within 10 feet of me, I know. I usually know. I know when somebody's walking behind me that just came out of nowhere. I know. I can feel it. It's this, it's fear. It's survival. It's a survival instinct that I just can't turn off. I find myself when I go into rooms, I find the corner. I like to sit in the corner. Why? Because then I can see everybody. I can see the door. I can see everything going on. Why? Because I have a fear that I may not be in control. See? It's all fear generated. And then that fear, because we don't want to call it fear because no, I'm not fearful. That's weak. But the moment you can admit that you have fears, that weakness will begin to go away. Right? My fears did not get less. See, and it's hard. Fears don't get less. I get more courage. Ah, what a much better answer. It's much better. Right. I got to kind of wrap this up because it's only, I mean, if I don't hurry up, then I'm not going to have any time before the noon meeting, and then I won't have any time, and then 1 to 2. I don't think I'm going to have time to do shit. Okay. All right. Then fear generates my unreasonable fear that our instincts will not be satisfied, drives us to covet the possessions of others, to lust for sex and power. Look what's going on in our recovery world. It's all fear. Okay. And I'll tell you what they fear, at least in Colorado, me. Isn't that weird? That's weird to me. You don't need to fear me if you're doing what is right. Yeah, you bet your ass. If I see you doing something wrong, because here's the thing. In recovery, the wrong information has the power to kill other people. See, I have the power to get people well. Well, guess what? I also have the power to be very dangerous and to destroy everything around me. You bet I can. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand because the Bronco game is until 2, and if I miss it, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, okay. I don't understand. Okay. Maybe I'm just not awake. But at least we're both going for the same team today. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you like the Raiders more than you like the. Oh, yeah, because your hubby's a Raiders guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's a Raider guy, isn't he? I might be wrong. I didn't even turn my brain on this morning. So okay, still going to the game. But the way it looked like was that they've already played it, and then you're gonna go watch it live again somehow, and that's why my brain's like, I don't get this. Okay, that's what you're getting. That's what you're getting at. Okay. um, to become angry when our instinctive demands are threatened, to be envious when the ambitions of others seem to be realized while ours are not. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, you'd be better off dressing up Raiders and going to a Bronco game than dressing up Bronco and going to a Raider game. You're less likely to get the shit kicked out of you. People are, it's got to be a healthy competition. I don't mind giving each other crap about football teams, but when it comes down to it, you're a child of God and fuck football. And I like football. Okay. But if I have to decide between my friend or football, I'm going to pick football. Fuck off. Go find yourself. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. We eat, drink, and grab for more everything than we need, fearing we shall never have enough. Look what happened this week with toilet paper again. Oh no, we can't wipe our asses. Yeah, yeah. Never been homeless, and it shows. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all perception. Yeah. Yeah, now that it's in Vegas, it's not as, but I spent time in Los Angeles. It's a lot rougher. Yay! And I'm sorry, but when the Raiders and Chiefs play, I hate the Raiders. I do, but I'm so tired of Mahomes winning that I'm not cheering for the Chiefs at all. I won't even cheer for him in the Super Bowl anymore. I'm tired of it. Great team. Can't deny it. They're getting some help. It's entertainment, my friends. It's entertainment. All right. Are you not entertained? All right, let's get back to this. Fearing we shall never have it, and with genuine alarm at the prospect of work, we stay lazy. We loaf and procrastinate, or at best work grudgingly under half steam. These fears are termites that ceaselessly devour the foundations of whatever sort of life we are trying to build. All right, God wants me to do this, so it's going to happen. So when AA suggests a fearless moral inventory, it must seem to every newcomer that more is being asked of him than he can do. Yes. Yeah. Yep. You're going to be asked to do more than you're capable of doing. It's going to happen all the time. The saying, God never gives me more than I can handle, well, that's not true. It's not true. No, God always gives me more than I can handle. Want to know why? Because then I reach out to you. Then I involve his children. See, if God thought I could do it all on my own, he would have let me be. There's no such thing as me doing it alone. God will always give me more than I can handle. That's the point. That's the whole point. To do more than you're supposed to. To be more than you thought you ever could be. Take the chance. Take the leap. Jump off the damn cliff. God will catch you. He caught me. Okay? So if we're having a hard time with a fearless moral inventory, fearless and thorough, causes and conditions, those are the 4 words needed. What are you going to do? You're going to ask God, dear higher power, yo HP, God, hey dude, whatever you want to do. I need more courage. I need help writing this 4-step. I want to do it right because I don't want to go back to the way that I was. Now we're talking honestly. I don't have the answers. I need them so I can be a better person. It will fucking happen. It will fucking happen. It happened to me. I watch it happen in AA rooms every day. Every fucking day. Both his pride and his fear beat him back every time. He says he tries to look within himself. Pride says, you need not pass this way. And fear says, you dare not look. Okay? This is where we're going to have to summon all the willpower, all the courage that we have to reach down in us, pull up them fucking snakes and say, dude, your time's over. Your time's over. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Or pull them out and say, I see you. These things are bullies. Do you know what happens when you confront a bully? They back down. Okay? If you do it the right way. Why? Let me tell you something about bullies. They're hurting. They're hurting from top to bottom. Yeah, they're taking it out on you. I have bullies. They didn't. I mean, my shit got cut down. Okay? You're still a child of God. They'll suffer a consequence for it. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know when it'll be, and it doesn't matter. Okay? But I can tell you this. If there will come a time when there will be something face to face. And that's when the rubber will meet the road. Right? It'll be very, very uncomfortable for them. I don't mind hard conversations. But one day in public, we will see each other. And I'm not afraid to run my mouth. What are you going to do? Beat me up? Go ahead, beat me up. Then I can put you in jail. Now I got total control over you. I will even come visit you. So I say, look where you're at. Oh, God, this sandwich is good. See, that's the thought process I get. All right, so don't do it. See? Got to go through these examples. Sometimes I got to show you that I can be a dick too. It is so much easier. It is actually a lot easier for me to destroy their lives than help. I wouldn't even need to think to do that. That is natural for me, not second nature, natural. But the testimony of AAs who have really tried a moral inventory is that pride and fear of this sort turn out to be boogeymen. Told ya. Not bullies. They're boogeymen. Boo! That's it. They can't do anything. They can frustrate. Oh, they get good at that, though. It's entirely... This is you using manipulation on yourself. Once we have complete willingness to take an inventory and exert ourselves to the job thoroughly, a wonderful light falls upon the foggy scene. As we persist, a brand new kind of confidence is born, and the sense of relief at finally facing ourselves is indescribable. These are the first fruits of step 4. All right, now to the book. How often I avoid a task in my drinking days just because it appeared so large. Yeah, the people here, you follow me. Am I doing things that are too large? Putting up a detox, a house. I'm doing treatment now. No. See, it involves other people. Okay. Now this person probably going to go on to say, oh no, I can do it all by myself. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Is it any wonder, even if I have been sober for some time, that I will act the same way when faced with what appears to be a monumental job, such as a searching and fearless moral inventory of myself? Okay. Are you doing that moral inventory by yourself? No, you're not. You're doing it with your sponsor, a guide. And hopefully you have a good guide that isn't going to bring up all this trauma and all this other crap. No, this is not a therapy session. We are to get down to causes and conditions. Okay. Now, when I did my 4-step, I did my grudge list, right? Write down. And then I got one line to write my grudge. That was it. That was it. Which made me think. It made me think. I didn't just start writing. Nope. Pen to paper does help in journaling, but this is an inventory. And inventory is not an autobiography. We're taking stock in trade. See how it doesn't sound like there's much emotion in it? Because we don't know which emotions are correct yet. We got to talk about them first. Now I'm aware of, oh, I have no self-esteem. I have no self-esteem. I don't. Now you can do something. It isn't until you realize that you have low self-esteem, you can do something. What I discover after I arrived at the other side when my inventory is completed is that the illusion was greater than the reality. The fear of facing myself kept me at a standstill, and until I became willing to put pencil to paper, I was arresting my growth based on an intangible. Yeah. Yeah. What you thought was going to happen is what that means. All right, that's going to be it for today. I will not be back today. So, all right, thank you everybody for being here. I might see you at the noon meeting if you go to the same noon meeting as me. Otherwise, go Broncos. All right. I love you. Peace out. Oh, and this is, by the way, who am I wearing? Oh, it's my Doomerville shirt. That's why it feels weird. Because it was Doomer. I thought it was my Sharp. But he was 84. All right, I love you. Peace out.